after the roughing penalty on the PAT. They'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
2nd and 4. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
10-2 stop. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, echo. Mike, 55. They go.
Throwing on first down. Herbert, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Minshew. And this is incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Hey, orbit. 54. Ready?
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, they're going to have some space here on the free kick.
You're exactly right about that. They just wish that they could have the free kick and not give up the 2 points.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Check, 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 check. Hey, Charlie. 48. Hey, we're going to like the 48 right now. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
To throw on second down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check safety. Topper.
Now Minshew. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Fournette, a first down carry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
General West.
On 2nd down, Minshew. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Taking it about the 16. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice? And maybe that's...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
I got you. Check 48.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
18 Gator. Exits. Set the cover defense. Let's go. 50's the mic. 50.
On first and 10. Herbert. He gets it to Humphries. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8.
It's second and 8 at the 42-yard line.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Bravo. Mike 50.
Here's second and 8. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The Titans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third and 8.
Go. Mike 50. Who that? Mike's 50. All day. Say. Get it.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He finds Humphries. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Let's go.
A gain of 15.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Go.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. That gets by him, and now a little daylight. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's Minshew, flush to his right. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. On the run, it's Fournette. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Well, he's going to go for it all. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. On 4th down, Minshew. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
You ready? Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. And let's get that ball, Gina. Let's get that ball right here. Get it.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is up to 5. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Herbert. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 23 yards, the final tally. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. It's caught. Humphreys. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st down, Herbert. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run with Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Out of the gun is Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. On 1st down, Swift. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Haywood!
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
1st and 10 at the
On the ready.
54-yard line.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. All day, every day, any day. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Second and 2. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Jeffrey Simmons, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Coming to you, coming to you. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. You got a young quarterback, you know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy, because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong, because they have plenty of leg.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Lucky. Check.
To throw on third down. Herbert airing it out deep for Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Herbert. The open man is Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Go. Snap.
Back to throw. Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his second touchdown on the season. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
Here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw it, Minshew, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Titan football. Here's they trail to begin the fourth quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Minshew sets to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This is taken at the 15. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert, he's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he hits Drake. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Lacy. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all game. Let's get it. Come on,
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Herbert. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Started to look like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Joseph is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Bravo. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, let's go.
On 2nd down, Minshew. He completes it to Westbrook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Rock it. Go.
Now Fournette. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Fight.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's complete to Chris Conley. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Check three.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. He's got daylight past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go.
To throw again. Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Kevin King with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out
A
here.
loss of 10 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Jags, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.